How we doing, vinyl community? Mr. Bowler back with another video. Hope you guys are all good. It's stinking hot here in the south of England at the moment. So I'm just going to take a quick drink for a start. Yep, hope everyone's good. Just going to do an update. I'm pretty new to YouTube, obviously. So what I'm going to show today is just a few bits and pieces that have come out over the last couple of months. Some CDs and some records. So we'll start with the CDs first. Judas Priest, Demolition from 2001. Been after this one for quite a long time. I really love Jugulator. I think that's a great album. I don't understand why a lot of people don't like it. I think Jugulator is amazing. So I had really high hopes for this. And it's good, but it's not as good as Jugulator, that's for sure. A lot of it's quite sort of mid-paced, and it could do with upping the tempo a little bit. But the first song, Machine Man, and then One on One, those first two songs are amazing. Bloodsuckers is really, really good as well. Subterfuge is good. It's not a bad album at all. You know, it's just I thought it was going to be better than it was, but it's still pretty good. It's certainly not terrible. There's a couple of re-records on the end of this special edition. Rapid Fire from British Steel. That's not bad actually. It's pretty good take on it. However, the Green Manalishi with the two-pronged crown, don't waste your time. It's not exactly a fast song in the first place, but they've slowed it down even more, and it just drags its feet and just boring basically. So don't waste your time with that. But yeah, happy to get that in the collection. But yeah, not the best album, but certainly not a load of rubbish either. Overkill's Horoscope from 1991. Yeah, this is really good. For some reason, I've never got around to picking this up. But it's really good, sort of old school thrash metal. Yeah, Overkill, you can't really go wrong. They're always a good band. Bobby Blitz Ellsworth, his vocals are just amazing. I think such a good vocalist, you know, very unique style as well. And yeah, for some reason I've never got around to picking this up. But I'm glad I did now. I only got it for about $5 off of eBay. Would like to get it on vinyl, but I don't think you see it very often. So just have to keep eyes peeled actually and see if it ever turns up. And then also Overkill's I Hear Black from 1993. A bit more slowed down this, but really good. Yeah, I've only listened to it a couple of times, so I need to listen to it a bit more. But really good stuff from Overkill. They don't really let you down, they're always good. Yeah, I quite do like the slowed down pace of it actually. Yeah, good album. It was worth picking up. This is only about £6 off of eBay, so yeah, happy to fill the hole in the collection. Up next, some black metal. Immortal's first album, Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism, I think it's called. Yeah. Yeah, proper raw black metal. This is from 1992. Really, really raw sounding. Sounds like it was recorded on a budget of about 20 quid. If you like really raw sort of sounding black metal, then this is absolutely essential. You've got to grab it. I really, really liked it. I listened to it about 2 or 3 times. Great vocals from Abath in it. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Really enjoyed that one. And I also picked up, again, Immortal, Battles in the North. Not listened to this one yet, so I can't really give an opinion on it. But glad to be filling some holes in the Immortal collection. And again, some more black metal. Dark Thrones, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Again, sounded like it was recorded for not a lot of money at all. Really, really raw sounding. Sounds great. I absolutely love it, you know. I like a good polished production job on an album, but sometimes I like to listen to something a little bit more raw, and this is really raw. Great stuff. This is from 92. Essential black metal, you know. And finally got around to pulling the trigger on it because I've been looking at this for ages and never actually picked it up, and now finally have. So yeah, nice to have that in the collection at last. And yeah, it's a nice, really raw black metal. Right, on to some records now. Quite a mixture of stuff here. So let's make a start. from 2008, Deicide, Till Death Do Us Part. A lot of people say, once the Hoffman brothers are gone, Deicide are no good anymore. I think that's absolute bullshit myself. And I've got this on picture disc, but there's so much surface noise. It sounds terrible. So I picked this up. I didn't read the description properly. There is a jump in the first track, but that's only an instrumental, so I don't really care, to be honest. But this is a great album. It really is. I forgot how good it was, truth be told. Till Death Do Us Part, In the Eyes of God, Worth His Misery, Sever Ties, Not As Long As We Both Shall Live. Really good death metal, yeah. If you've not picked this up and you're into Deicide, then I highly recommend it. Really, really good. Good death metal. Good to have in the collection, and a decent copy in the collection, because like I said, picture this does not sound great, funnily enough. Up next from 1989 is Faster Pussycats. Wake Me When It's Over. I can't remember what the title was. Yeah, these guys are great. Underrated. Didn't get as big as they should have done, as far as I'm concerned. The debute's really, really good, and this follow-up is also amazing. Great stuff. Essential sort of glam metal, hard rock, whatever you want to call it. Where There's a Whip, There's a Way, Poison Ivy, Slip of the Tongue. Great songs, really, really enjoyed it. Complete blind buy, didn't listen to any of it. It just came up on eBay, pretty good price. So I pulled the trigger on it and didn't disappoint at all. Really enjoyed it, listened to it about 5-6 times. Yeah, it's good stuff. Picked up the CD for the car as well. Faster Pussycat, really good. If you've not heard it, check it out. Next is one that I've kind of struggled to get into. Abbath's Outsider. Abbath, of course, used to be the frontman for Immortal. It's good, but I was expecting to be blown away, and it's just not really clicking with me for some reason. I got it for a good price, so it's not like I paid a lot of money for it. I'm like, it's okay. It's not bad. It's got a really good Bathory cover on it as well, and really nice record. I'm really on the fence when it comes to splatter vinyl and coloured vinyl. I'll always prefer black personally, but this one is really nice red and black splatter. Yeah, not a bad album at all. Not blown me away as much as I thought it was going to, but these things happen sometimes, but yeah, pick it up if you're into Abbath, but maybe it just needs a few more listens before it clicks for me, because it really hasn't yet. Up next, Bullet Boys Freak Show from 1991. Fantastic album. I was kind of late to the party in Bullet Boys. Didn't really sort of check them out until about 10 years ago, I think. And even then, I didn't really pick up any albums till a few years ago. This one's, you don't see it very often, so I was really pleased to pick this up from eBay. Won it, and I was in a bidding war with a few other people. Unfortunately, won it. This is a great album, great hair metal, hard rock. It's really, really good. Title track's great. THC Groove is great. Definitely worth picking up or checking out and listening to it if you've not heard it. Not quite as good as the debut, but still really, really good stuff. And I'm really pleased to finally have it in the collection, because, like I say, you just don't see it very often. So Bullet Boys Freak Show. I think this is 1991. Check it out. It's really good. Some death metal now. Skeletal Remains. Devouring Mortality. Yes, and These Immorality. If you like old school death metal, you got to check these guys out, because they're doing it the right way. This is an amazing album. I absolutely love it. Sounds like it could have been recorded in 1991. It's just got that sound to it, if you're into your old school death metal bands like Death, Morbid Angel, stuff like that, you got to give this a listen. Give them a listen, because they've got quite a few albums out, and I absolutely love this. Picked this up on CD about a year ago and finally got around to pulling the trigger on the record. Got it from Amazon for a pretty good price. We know what Amazon's like, you know, sometimes one day it's like £17. You can check the next day and it'll be £33 or something like that. I don't know what's going on with their prices, but this is really good. The only other thing is though, because it's from Amazon, like, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the records I get from Amazon turn up and they're pretty bloody warped, and this is no exception, unfortunately. But it does play well, so that's the most important thing, right? But yeah, old school death metal, Skeletal Remains, fantastic album. Check it out. Up next, I've got to give thanks to Mark G with a C, because he's the guy that introduced me to this band. Talking about him on the Contact in Blood live stream, which he does with Metal Mickey, Cloudy Marder, and the Rock Scout. Jungle Rock. I listened to this 3 times today. Yeah, fantastic album. What Horrors Await. Really, really good. Really, really like it. Best way to describe them, I think, is the Qualic Obituary musically, and for me, the vocals, it sounds a bit like Chris Barnes from ex Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under. Yeah, this is really, really good. Picked this one up today. Sorry, a couple of days ago. And this is the actual album that he showed. I can't remember what it's called all of a sudden. Yeah, it escapes my memory. But this is really good. Old school, sort of death metal. Yeah, quite mid-pace. So if you're looking to get into death metal, this is probably a good place to start rather than going for something super technical and fast like sort of Nile. Yeah, great stuff. The only problem is with both of these records that someone saw fit to press them on this disgusting yellow vinyl. Never a good colour. Nice labels on both the records. The other one's a little bit more orange in the colour, but they're horrible colour. Disgusting. Absolutely hate it. So try not to look at them when they're spinning on the turntable. But yeah, Jungle Rock is really good death metal. Like I say, if you're dipping your toes in and you don't want something too extreme, I'd highly recommend them. So yes, thanks Mark for introducing me to those. Really, really enjoying them a lot at the moment. Next is a band that this is their first album for 28 years. It's Exorder, and it is Mourn at the Southern Skies. I've listened to this quite a lot, and I really do enjoy it. It's an album sort of 2 halves really, because some of the songs are proper old school thrash metal, and then quite a lot of the songs have got more of a groove to them, sort of more like, you know, you sort of Pantera, Machine Head. Really good stuff. I really enjoyed this. I didn't have massive expectations for it because sometimes comeback albums can be very disappointing, but this is good. Not essential, not a classic, but definitely glad I picked it up, and it's really enjoyable. Yeah, I mean, My Time, Asunder, the first 2 songs, really good. My Time is just proper killer old school thrash metal. All She Wrote is great. The Arms of Man, really good stuff. And the title track, Ripping Flesh as well, really good thrash song. But the title track, it's like nearly 10 minutes long, and it's really, really good. Just slow paced. Guitar sound like they're tuned down to like the core of the earth. Almost stoner, really. So yeah, an album that covers quite a few sort of genres, really. Really worth picking up. Carl Thomas's vocals, not as good as back in the day, but he still sounds pretty good. I mean, I saw Dokken at Ramblin' Man Fair a couple of years ago, and Don Dokken's voice is just absolutely gone. He cannot get anywhere near close to the high notes, but Carl Thomas's voice has definitely stood the test of time better. And yeah, this is really worth picking up. Check out. I think it came out last year, but yeah, good album. Check it out. Up next, Gruesome Twisted Prayers. This I picked up on CD about a year ago. Best way to describe Gruesome: if you like Death, you'll like Gruesome because they are 110% copy of Death. Seriously, this could be released under the Death name and say it was like a bunch of songs that didn't make it onto Spiritual Healing, and you wouldn't know the difference. It's just they are an absolute 110% clone of Death. And because I like Death, I like Gruesome, and this is a great album. Yeah, fantastic stuff. The only thing is, because of the whole Death thing, they really don't have an identity of their own. But if that doesn't bother you, it won't matter. And yeah, this is really good. Solid death metal. Old school sound. Yeah, it sounds like it could have come from 1990. Pick this up on Amazon, and this one wasn't warped, thankfully. And sounds great. Really good album. Really enjoy it. If you like old school death metal, give Gruesome a listen. If you love Death, give them a listen because it's pretty much the same thing, to be honest. So yeah, Gruesome, Twisted Prayers, really good old school death metal. Some thrash now, and everyone's been talking about this album recently because it is really that good. The latest one from Testament, yeah, Titans of Creation. Saw these guys live back in March, just before the whole COVID thing really kicked off, with Death Angel and Exodus at the Forum in Kentish Town. Killer night. Although all three of those bands were totally on top form. And this came out just after, I think. This is an amazing album. Testament are putting out stuff just as good now as they were 30 years ago. Consistently as well, I think only one Testament album I'm really not that keen on, and that's 1997's Demonic. It's okay, but it's easily their weakest. But what they've been putting out these last 10 years has just been amazing. Great album after great album. I mean, Brotherhood of Snake I absolutely loved as well. And I think this is even better than that. And I thought that was a bloody good album. But yeah, this is amazing. The musicianship is fantastic, obviously. You've got Gene Hoglan on drums, who was in Death and Dark Angel. And I'm going to butcher his name because I always get it wrong, but Steve DiGiorio. Yeah, I've got that wrong. On bass, he was also in Death. Amazing musicians. Alex Skolnick as well. Lead guitar. It's absolutely fantastic. Chuck Billy sounds great. Yeah, Children of the Next Level, World War III, Dream Deceiver, and so on. Absolutely amazing album. 2 LP set, which is kind of annoying because obviously after 2 or 3 songs you're having to get up and flip the bloody record over all the time. But a good pressing, sounds good. Probably one of the albums of the year at the moment, I think. If not the best album of the year so far. Yeah, old school thrash metal. Sounds great. Production's fantastic. If you haven't heard this, then you need to, I'd say buy it. Not even listen to it first, just buy it. But yeah, probably best to listen to some first. But yeah, this is amazing thrash metal. Absolutely great. Love it. Listen to it quite a lot. And I'm sure it'll be back on the turntable again in no time. Sacred Rites Awakening from last year. Pretty late to the Sacred Rite party, to be honest. I only really started listening to them about a year ago. The American Way, that album is just amazing, and the song The American Way is one of my favourite thrash metal songs. It's just great. For some reason I didn't have huge expectations for this. Once again, comeback albums can be a bit disappointing, but I absolutely love this. I think it's brilliant. A couple of songs are okay, but the rest of it is just amazing. I think it sounds great. Dave McLean's back behind the drum kit. Phil Ryan's voice sounds great. He's not lost any of his voice over the last 30 years. Yeah, Awakening, Divine and Conquer, Salvation, Manifest Rally is probably my favourite song. Killing Machine, Something to Believe. Really good thrash metal. If you've not heard it, check it out. I think it's really, really good. The other thing I like about this is it's just 8 songs and it's done in just over half an hour. Something very old school about that. Sometimes you get albums these days and they've got like 15 songs on it, and 5 of them are just filler and just don't need to be on there. It's like you pack in quantity over quality, and I'd much rather have an 8, 9 track, 10 track album that just gets the job done, is to the point, and is great. And this is absolutely fantastic. I really, really love this. It exceeded all my expectations. It was better than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, Sacred Reich from last year, Awakening. Check it out. Good thrash metal. Last two now. One's I've been after for a while, actually. Got the CD of this a while back, and finally vinyl came up on eBay. I did bid on it a while back, but I got outbid because I completely forgot the auction was ending. And someone outbid me by about 50p, which is always annoying. But finally managed to get it now. Really, really pleased to have this in the collection. And it's Second Heat by Racer X. Great stuff. I love it. Some people say it's speed metal. For me, it's more glam. It's probably speed because of how fast some of the guitar playing is on this. If you know if you're a guitarist, you'll know who Paul Gilbert is. Phenomenal guitar player. The guy's absolutely amazing, and everyone, all the musicians on here are great. You've got Scott Travis on drums, who's been behind the kit for Judas Priest for the last 30 years. But as a guitarist, when I listen to this, it's just mind-blowing. Even the riffs are really, really technical, difficult, and the lead guitar playing is absolutely amazing. I just never get bored of listening to Paul Gilbert. The guy absolutely shreds. But yeah, Sacrifice, Gone Too Far, Sunlit Nights, Living the Hard Way, probably my favourite song on the album, and yeah, Lady Killer finishes it. Glad to finally pick this up. This was about 17 quid I paid for it in the end. Amazing album, I absolutely love it. I always thought this was inferior to Street Lethal, but I still think Street Lethal is better, but this is really, really good. Really glad to have it in the collection at last. And last is an album that you just don't see, and one of my favourite sellers on eBay posted this the other day, and as soon as I saw it I thought I've got to get that, and fortunately won it. It's quite expensive though, because you just don't see it, but it's David Lee Roth, Your Filthy Little Mouth from 1994. I love this album. I picked this up at a car boot sale of all places on CD about 10 years ago for about 3 or 4 quid, and absolutely love it. I think it's great. I actually think this is better than Skyscraper that he released at the height of his popularity back in the late 80s. Brilliant album. Not quite sort of the glam metal that he was known as before. This is a lot more bluesy and a lot more chilled, but still very, very good. This was produced by Nile Rodgers, who is responsible for a ton of great music over the years. The guitarist from Chic, produced the likes of Madonna and that back in the day. Great album. I really, really love it. Yeah, She's My Machine, Everybody Got the Monkey, Big Train. You're Breathing It, Your Filthy Little Mouth. Absolutely love it. Yeah, better than Skyscraper as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, you just don't see this because this came out in '94, so there wasn't many records being pressed back then, obviously. And this cost me just over 30 quid. But I was more than happy to pay that. Great album. It's in immaculate condition as well. To think this record is 26 years old, it looks like it's brand new. It really does. Yeah, absolutely immaculate condition. This is on the Reprise label. It's absolutely immaculate, like it's never been played. Fantastic album. Yeah, really pleased to have that in the collection finally at last, and along with Racer X's Second Heat as well. Right guys, that is all for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you know these albums, yeah, get in touch, and I'll see you again next time. And many thanks for watching, and many thanks to those who have subscribed. I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, take care, bye.